YouTube, what's happening? Facebook, what's happening? Right, we are going to get it cracking on Instagram. And we'll get going, mate. We'll get going. What is happening, people? We're just getting it loaded up on Instagram, and then we're going to get going. If my title pace, a copy and paste job. For some reason. Right. Instagram app playing up. Let's go again. We'll get it. We'll get it. So Instagram is deciding it doesn't want to play ball for some reason. Can't paste a title to it. Technical issues. We'll get there. What's that? Oh, I have to go old school. We'll get started soon, team. Because the title was too fucking big, mate. Messed up doing that. Right. Instagram is having a fucking stinker. Bear with me, team. Right. I'm fucking sorted. Apologies for the first 2.5 fucking minutes trying to get the title into Instagram Live. But we're going now. We're going. We started. So we'll give it 60 seconds or so before we get going. So let some people jump on the live stream. What's happening, gang? If you're jumping on, leave an emoji in the comments. If you're watching this on the replay, give me a hashtag replay, please. So I know how many of you fuckers watch it. Thank you. Got one on Facebook, a couple on Instagram, I'll have on YouTube. Guys watching this, like I keep saying in all of these, if you head over to YouTube, type 1Tom, go and subscribe to my YouTube channel, because I am going to be, in the next few months, putting out a lot more YouTube content. I'm going to try and grow that channel, because I don't think there's many YouTube type 1 diabetic sort of, I don't like influencers, but people with type 1 diabetes that put out good shit like I do on YouTube. Let's just say that, shall we? I don't think there is. So I'm going to go in heavily in the next couple of months on YouTube. You're going to get a lot from that. What's happening, team? We've got a couple jumping on now. Right. I think we'll pull the notes up. We've got a few notes on this one. This is going to be a banger. And I think let's just roll it. Should we get straight into it? Let's hit record. Right, we are going. Okie doke. 3, 2, 1. Yes, squad, what is happening? Welcome back to another episode of the Type 1 Movement Podcast. The number one place to be, the number one podcast if you're a Type 1 diabetic. Sorry, the other Type 1 coaches and people who run a Type 1 podcast. Hey, I'm friends with them all. That's a good thing. Before we get into it, that's a good thing. The other Type 1 coaches out there, like Tal and Owen, like, we're good mates. Even though we could be seen as competition in a sense, we don't see like we're good mates. We like to collab. Do you know what I mean? Tal's come in and give talks to my clients. She'll be on my podcast. She's got an episode coming up soon with her. Same with me and Owen are always on each other's podcasts. And that's what community should be at the end of the day, right? In Type 1s. That's what community should be. And I fucking love that. So yeah, just a quick opening there. This episode is going to be about the 2 things I've learned from coaching Type 1 diabetics over the past 3 years. I've actually been a coach over the past 10 years, but only the last 3 years have I just solely focused on helping other type 1s improve the blood glucose, improve the timing target, average, and basically changing their fucking lives. Yeah, I will say that because that's what we do. Before we get started, team, please leave me a rating and review on the podcast app, as it really does help me reach more type 1 diabetics and positively impact our community. And also, screenshot, share it on your Instagram stories, tag me at type1_Tom so I can reach out and say thank you. Guys, I was just telling the people on the live then, as you guys on the podcast now, that I'm currently, over the next couple of months, I'm going to be pushing heavily on YouTube. So go onto YouTube, type in Type1Tom, go and subscribe to my channel, because I don't think, I can't find anyway, there's no people with type 1 that put out great content like I do. So I want to start doing some vlogs, putting out some information for you guys on there. And I'd just appreciate if you go over and subscribe to the channel, because I'm going to put out a lot of content for you guys over the coming months. So, right, I'm going to line this one up straight away. I'm going to fucking shoot the arrow in straight away and line it up. This episode, I've not done one like this in a while, team, but this episode, there's going to be fucking some tough love in this one, yeah? And I've not done one of these in a while, so there's going to be tough love. So if you're a delicate snowflake and you're easily offended, you may want to switch off now, yeah? But we're going to get into it because I want to share these two things with you guys that I've learned from coaching type 1s, improving the blood glucose, improving the health, improving the quality of life over the past 3 years. Excuse me. And I want to share it with you. But, I don't just like saying shit and then leaving it at that. I'm going to share these things and I'm going to give you solutions to them as well, yeah? So over the last 3 years, I've coached over 200 type 1 diabetics to improving the blood glucose control, their A1C, and basically changing their lives, like I keep saying on this. That's what my program does. Now, over 50 of those type 1s have achieved a HbA1c of 6.5% or below. So I think I'm pretty equipped to see commonalities, and is that even a fucking word? Commonalities. I don't know, I might have just made up a fucking word in the English language, but fuck it, let's roll with it. And similarities between type 1s that I coach, yeah, that I speak to as well, not just that I coach. So I wanted to share a couple of these things with you and give you some, kind of open your eyes in a sense, give you some inspiration, some motivation, and some solutions to them. So the reason I'm doing this is so you can become aware of them and kind of overcome them, if you like. Now, there's two things, and we're going to get straight into it. The first thing that I come across a lot, and I'm going to be honest with you, is lack of self-belief. A lot of you type 1s out there lack self-belief. Self-belief in improving your numbers, improving your health, maybe what's going on in your life. You're lacking self-belief. And I understand, because I have been there before. Not necessarily with my glucose levels, but more so what I was capable of as a person, right? I lacked self-belief. I was always doubting myself. Hey, even before, going back a few years ago, before I created this program for type 1s, I was like, it won't work. Why me? Why am I equipped to do that? I lack that belief in myself. And then, like I opened this with, I've coached over 200 type 1s. Over 50 have achieved a HbA1c of 6.5%. But why did I lack so much self-belief? Why did I not believe in myself? And I see this with a lot of you guys as well. Yeah, is you lack self-belief. And one of the main times that this comes through is when, so I speak to everyone, or most, who inquire about getting my help on the phone, right? And I'm speaking to them. And one of my questions is, right, cool. Well, let's have a look at where you're currently at. Let's go over some numbers, yeah? Let's set some goals. So I ask them for the HbA1c, their average glucose, and the time in target range. And they tell me these numbers, and then we set some goals. And I can kind of hear the cogs turning in the self-belief, I'm not going to be able to achieve that. Even though they don't say that, I can some do say that, yeah? And it's lacking that self-belief. Or I'm like, right, okay, for argument's sake, just throwing numbers around, your HbA1c is currently 9. Where do you want that to be? Yeah, where do you want that to be? And someone will be like, oh, well, let's just go for 8 at the moment. I'm like, fucking no, shoot big. What do you fucking want? What do you want? Not just from your blood glucose as well, we're throwing numbers around there, but from life. Why be so fucking conservative? Why? It comes down to self-belief. Well, you're lacking self-belief. And like I say, I hear it on the phone calls that I'm having when we're setting goals, and you can hear the doubt, I don't know if I'm going to be able to achieve this. I don't fucking know. And I understand it is hard, team. When we've never had something. So if you've never had great glucose control, yeah, I'll be direct with you here, to imagine yourself having that is fucking difficult because you don't know how and you've never had it. Yeah. So I understand it's difficult, but you still need to have that fucking self-belief. This could also be a time that could come from, no disrespect to them, diabetic specialist nurses or endos. Yeah. They might be kind of like saying this. Some of them are amazing, but some of them, they make you doubt yourself and if what you're doing's right. Or when you go in with what you think's great, like, oh, that's great, but X, Y, or Z. And that's going to start kicking your self-belief. Other people, which we'll get on to soon, other people around you can have an impact on your self-belief. This is a huge one, team. This is a huge one. I speak to a lot of type 1s who have been diabetic, let's say, over 20 or 30 years. And what's happened is they've become too comfortable in their ways. They've become too comfortable in their ways because they've had it for so long. A bit like a dinosaur in a sense, like they're just fucking stuck in the ways. And they're like, yeah, but I just go through my daily life doing this, this, and this. I become too comfortable. And then they lack that self-belief to ever improve or go to the next level with the control because they've had it for so many years. They're like, you know what? It's just always been that way. Fuck it. And they don't actually believe in themselves that they can get better. Yeah. Guys watching this on the live, leave me a fire emoji if this is making sense. Leave me a fire emoji if this is making sense. So the first thing is lack of self-belief that you can actually improve your A1C. Lack of self-belief that you can actually lower your average glucose. Lack of self-belief that you can actually improve your time in target range. And this is just the diabetes side of stuff. I'm going to be totally blunt and honest with you now. Like, the way that you think and perceive one thing is the way that you think and perceive everything in your life. So if you've got lack of self-belief with your diabetes control, look at the other areas of your life as well, because there's a chance that you've got lack of self-belief and you're selling yourself short of what you're actually fucking fully capable of in these other areas. It might be relationships. It could be business, work, your goals. You might have an idea in your head that this is what I want to do in my life, but you know what? I can't do that. I fucking see that so much. And even as a coach, like, you know what's the best thing when I get clients coming into my program and not just improving the numbers, but when I see that self-belief start to change and they're like, you know what? A lot of them say, Tom, when we first spoke to you, I've seen all these levels that do you know what I mean? Your clients were getting, I thought I'd never be able to achieve that. But now I believe in myself, and that's gone over to my relationships. I'm performing better in my job. That self-belief starts to come, and that's much more amazing to see than someone coming to me saying, I've improved my HbA1c. It's that self-belief, yeah? So I will be honest with you, look at other areas of your life. If you're lacking self-belief in one area, you're probably going to be lacking it in others as well. Like I have told you and been honest, I know because I've been there. Before I started coaching type 1s, I was like, why me? Am I really good enough? I've had it in relationships. Yeah, I've had it with friends. I've had it with a lot of things where I've lacked self-belief in myself. But as soon as I started believing in myself, yeah, which is probably, being totally honest with you, let's say the back end of last year, things started to change for me. Not just with, like, I've always had good glucose control, but with my life, with helping you guys, with putting out content, with being here today and delivering that message, started with me believing in myself, right? So you're like, all right, that's good, Tom. Like, that's great, but how do we do it? I'm going to give you a couple of tips on how to start improving your self-belief and believing in yourself. And the first one is this: set a mini goal every single day. Set a mini goal every single day of something that you're confident that you can achieve. Yeah. I don't care if it's drink an extra glass of water. I'm big on my clients with this. Get 1,000 more steps in, improve your time in target range by 5%, eat better, whatever the fuck it is. Set a mini goal for the day. When you get to the end of the day and you've achieved it, fucking pat yourself on the back, because this is going to start. It's not the goal. It's not the goal that we're necessarily bothered about. It's your mentality towards what you can achieve in yourself. So if you're setting a mini goal, you achieve it. At the end of the day, you feel great. It's starting this sort of neurological pathway in your head of you going, you know what, I can achieve things, I can achieve things, I can achieve things. That's what we're looking for. It's not necessarily the goal. Yeah, it might be great getting 5%, 10% time in target range more, drinking another glass of water, getting a workout and eating better, whatever the fuck your mini goal is. It's that pathway that it's going to create in your brain of you starting to believe in yourself. Another great way to start improving your self-belief is to look back at your past achievements. You listening to this, hey guys on the podcast, you guys watching on the live, guaranteed at some point in your life, you have overcome something that you never thought you would be able to fucking do. I know I have. A lot of that for me is depression and mindset and stuff like that. I've managed to overcome it. I'm here and I'm fucking stronger. So when I'm having a tough time, I look back, I'm like, Tom, fucking hell, come on, mate, believe in yourself. Look what you've overcome. And you'll be the same. You'll be able to look back in your life at something, a shitty time period or whatever it is that you never thought you'd get through. And you're here listening to this or watching this today. So you fucking are capable because you pulled your fucking ass out the other end, right? That's another thing. Look back at past achievements or difficult times that you never thought you'd get through. Again, you're building that neurological pathway to knowing that, hey, I'm fucking strong enough. I should start to improve my self-confidence and my self-belief. The other thing is, which is going to pull us round onto what number 2 is surround yourself with people who believe in you. Now, I know we could have like loads of people around us who believe in us. I've had that before, and we don't believe in ourselves, and that's a recipe for disaster. But still, it's better than surrounding yourself by people who are fucking second guessing you and not really believing in you, not believing that you can improve your health, improve your glucose control, achieve what you want in life. So surround yourself with people who believe in you, yeah? Because that shit's going to rub off. And that brings us in to the second thing that I've learned from coaching type 1s, as being type 1s over the past 3 years, and that's a lot don't have a community of people they can like chat to, relate to. They don't have a community, or they've got a negative community. Yeah. They don't have a community, or they've got a negative community. Like I prefer to have no community than a fucking negative community. And this is the reason why this is fucking bad. A lot of these sort of communities, or if you have no community, the negative community, you've got to be careful. I'll be honest with you. The type 1 community is fucking amazing. And I do all my fucking very best to push my message out, get you guys to believe in yourself, like I'm showing up here for you guys today, let you know what you can achieve as a type 1 diabetic if you control your bloods, let you know how to control your bloods. It's possible. I do all I can for our community. My client or not my client, I don't give a fuck. I've got a lot of love for you because I understand how difficult it is, and I want to help you guys through these episodes. But there is a lot of negativity in our community as well. Yeah, there's a lot of victimized mindsets. Why me with this condition? This condition's so difficult. I can't do this. I don't believe in myself. Yeah, all that shit. If you're surrounded with that, team, what do you think is going to happen? If you're hearing that all the time, what do you think is going to happen? Diabetes is so hard. Yeah, it's fucking hard, mate. It's hard for me. It's hard for you. But if you keep saying that and saying that to yourself, it's going to make it even harder. It's going to make it even harder. And if you're surrounded with people like that who have got a victimized mindset, you're going to end up with a victimized mindset. Yeah. And also being surrounded by others who don't believe in themselves, so they don't believe in you. I'll share something with you now, team. If someone is ever giving you shit, ever questioning the things that you do or how you're managing your diabetes or how you're living your life, yeah, the problem isn't you, it's them. The problem isn't you, it's them. Something simple as if you have a great idea, yeah, let's say I have a great idea and I'm like, you know what? I want to start a new business. Yeah, I want to start a new business, whatever it is. Yeah. Whatever it is. And I go to someone, I'm like, hey, I've got this great idea, or one of my mates or something, I want to start a new business. And they're like, yeah, all right. Do you think that's really going to work, Tom? Like, and they start giving this negativity. It wasn't my idea. All right, it might be if the mate's honest and stuff, depends on who they are, but it's not my idea. It's fucking them because they don't believe in themselves. And you get a lot. Our community can be mega, but the negative community, the negative side of diabetes, a lot of fucking negative Nancy's, victimized mindsets, and people who type 1s who don't actually believe in themselves. And this can be fucking crucial as well, because let's say, if we have really bad glucose control and we've got a victimized mindset and we're feeling shit about life's fucking just giving us curveballs, we're so unlucky, it's so shit. And then we see another type 1 doing good and like, hey, today I achieved 100% time in target. I got my A1C result back. Instead of that person being happy for them, they'd be like, oh yeah, that's great. And really they're thinking, oh, fucking dickhead, because they're not happy with themselves. You get people like that in our community. You don't want to be fucking surrounded by that. It's not good. Don't surround yourself with that. Yeah. So how do we, so I'll give you the tips on obviously self-belief, setting mini goals, looking back at past achievements, surrounding yourself with people who actually believe in you. But like no community or negative community. How do we sort that out? Well, you will know if you're in a negative community, you're going to know. Get your fucking self out of there. Unfriend them. You know what? And I'll be straight to the fucking point here because I've spoken to type ones like this before as well. It could even be a partner. It could be a partner. You could be with someone who are really, really negative towards you or your diabetes or don't get it or whatever it is. Then I can't say go and fucking leave them, but that's on to you. Yeah. It could be a family member. We can't pick our families and stuff, but it could be a family member that you stuck with. And that's really, really difficult. But all you can do is find a positive community that actually uplifts you to get yourself away from that team. There is, and I love this, in our Type 1 community, more positive fucking bastards than negative Nancys. In our Type 1 community, there's more positive bastards than negative Nancys, yeah? But there is still negativity in our community of victimized mindsets and others who don't believe in themselves. And that shit will drag you down. They will drag you down with them. Get your fucking self away from there. If you see it on Instagram, go and unfollow them. You see it in a Facebook group, get out of the fucking Facebook group. Go into a community that's supportive. This is why all my clients, we have a private Facebook group. We have a private Facebook group and we are everyone's fucking cheerleader. Don't get me wrong. It's not like, oh, this is great. We will call people out on the bullshit. Or if I had a bad day, it's like, right, why? Great work on perceiving through the day, but why the fuck do you think this has happened? And I'm honest with my clients, and the other coaches are like, all right, so who's in control of that? My clients will be like, me. That's me. I kind of fucked up. It's my fault. That side of stuff's good. Yeah, that's giving awareness. But when it's constantly negative all the time, if you're around that, you need to fuck that off because it's not good. It is not good. And it will drill you down mentally. Yeah. So how do we solve this? Look at a lot of the communities online, but if you can get speaking to a Type 1 in person, do that. And they're a nice person, you get on with them, go and fucking do that. Make connections, network. Have a look online at like different Facebook groups. I've actually got a Facebook group with 400 odd Type 1s in there. If you want in on that, DM me either on Facebook or Instagram with the word free group and I'll get you in my free group. But have a look in these groups and see what's going on. Look at the posts, see if people are interacting and what they're saying. Yeah, because that's crucial. Because like I say, these are two of the biggest things that I've seen that are actually holding Type 1 diabetics back from coaching Type 1s over the past 3 years. The first one is they don't believe in themselves. They might not believe that you're worthy of having great control. Why the fuck aren't you? Why? Why not you? Why shouldn't you have great control? Why shouldn't you demand the best from your health and your life? Why shouldn't you be able to do whatever the fuck you want in life? You tell me why. Why you? Why not you? You can't answer that. Down to you. Yeah. And then the second is having no community or a negative community. Guys, I'm going to recommend a book now that I've been listening to and reading bits of recently. And it's mega. And this comes down to like self-belief and stuff. And it's called The Magic of Thinking Big. The Magic of Thinking Big. Yeah. And this book is basically, it does what it says on the tin. It's incredible. It's like, your thoughts become actions. And this is why I'm big on mindset and stuff with my clients and self-belief, because what you're thinking will become actions. Let me give you an example. If you're really struggling with your blood glucose control and you keep telling yourself you're struggling, oh, I'm such a shit diabetic, this is so difficult, I'm really struggling with this test, I can't eat well, I can't track my food, I'm struggling to get workouts in. What's going to happen from these thoughts then is it starts to become reality, because you will play it out. You will make excuses of why you can't run a test, why you can't manage your levels, why you can't eat well, why you can't get a walk in or a workout. You're thinking that is going to start to portray out in reality. You're going to act it out. Whereas if you flip it, you're like, all right, it might be a bit of a bad day, but I'm confident enough that I will fucking solve this problem. I will figure out why I'm having so many lows, why I'm having so many highs. Yeah, I'm going to plan in my day workouts in. You start to think that, you will start to act that out. And this book goes in heavily on that. Yeah, The Magic of Thinking Big. I'm not going to go too much into it, but I recommend that you listen to it or you read it because it's a mega, mega book. So, guys, That is it. The two things. First one, lack of self-belief. There is no reason why you cannot improve your glucose control, improve your health, I was nearly going to say live your best life. I fucking hate that. Live the healthiest life possible and do whatever the fuck you want in life. There's no reason why you can't. There's no reason why you can't. And the second thing is not having a community or having a negative community. Go out there, do a bit of research, find a positive community. You want to come into mine, my free Facebook community, message me, DM me with the word free group, and I'll get you in. Guys, that is it. That is it. Yeah. And I'm going to come back to this again. Why not you? Why? Why are you lacking self-belief? Why do you not think you deserve great glucose control? Why do you not think that you don't deserve everything that you want from life? Why? You get one shot at this. We only go around once. Yeah? Why not? I fucking believe in you. I will never have anyone on my watch not believing in themselves or speaking shit about themselves. I believe in you. It's time you start believing in yourself, mate. Yeah? Simple as that. That is it for this episode, guys. If you got value from this episode, please leave me a rating and a review on the podcast app. And until the next episode, I love you. I believe in you. Start fucking believing in yourself, team. Peace.